Good afternoon, everyone. The topic we are treating now is mass and volume relationship, which is week 4. Under this topic, we'll look at the relationship between mass and the relationship between mass and volume. How are they used? How are they related? When we are talking about mass, we mean the quantity of matter in a body, and is measured in gram. Mole has to do with a substance, any substance containing 6.023 times 10⁻23 Avogadro's number. Now, when you say 1 mole of any compound or 1 mole of any element, 1 mole of chlorine or 1 mole of oxygen, 1 mole of oxygen, if it's oxygen atom, is just 16. That's the atomic mass or mass number, not atomic number. If it's 1 mole of oxygen gas or oxygen molecule, that's 16 times 2, which is 32. 1 mole. 1 mole of sodium chloride, for instance, now is 23 of sodium chloride. That's mass number plus 35.5. All this gives us what? 58.5 gram per mole. So 1 mole of any compound or any substance is its atomic mass, which is mass number. Now, this is a relationship. 1 mole of any element or any compound is its atomic mass or molar mass. Now, 1 mole of any gas occupy a volume. 1 mole of any gas like oxygen, nitrogen, and so on, they occupy a volume of 22.4 dm cube. 1 dm cube is 1000 cm cube. So if you have 22.4 dm cube, that's 22,400 cm cube. 1 mole of any gas. So it means 2 gas will occupy 44.8 dm cube. Now, 1 mole of any gas contains 1 Avogadro's number. Now, from there, we can solve some questions on calculation. Determine the mass of carbon dioxide. This is a gas produced on burning 104 gram of ethane, 104 gram of ethane. Ethane is C2H2, which is an organic compound. It will be given to you, and the atomic masses of the needed elements have been given. The equation of reaction has been written for you, but the equations of reaction must be balanced. Now, we have 2 moles of ethane reacting with 5 moles of oxygen, that's combustion, to produce 4 moles of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water. These are the product of combustion reaction, burning. It produces carbon dioxide and water. Now, how do we calculate this? We will have to determine the mass of carbon dioxide produced. Now, from the mass of 104 gram of ethane. So it means we are dealing with mass. But in the question, there's nothing like that. But we have a complete equation, a balanced equation. 2 moles of ethane produce 4 moles of carbon dioxide. These are the 2 major ones that we are dealing with, 4 moles of carbon dioxide. Now, what you need to do is to change these 2 moles to mass. Don't forget, I said 1 mole of any substance is its molar mass. If you have to find the molar mass of ethane, that will be 12 times 2 plus 1 times 2, which will be 26, I think, 26 gram per mole. But you have 2 moles of ethane, so multiply by 2 to give you 52 gram per mole of ethane. Produces 4 moles of carbon dioxide. Since carbon dioxide is also mass, they are asking you for the mass, not mole. So if it's mole, just leave it in mole. So 4 times the molar mass of carbon dioxide, which is 44. 4 times 44 will give you this. So it means 52 gram of ethane produce 177 gram of carbon dioxide. So from the question, 104 gram we produce what gram of carbon dioxide? Cross multiply. You can see carbon dioxide is on the same level with, and ethane on the same level with each other. When you cross multiply, you get your answer, and your answer will be in gram. Because of calculator, I was not able to do that. Calculate the number of moles of calcium chloride produced. Number of moles produced by, you can see in the first question we have relations with mass and volume. Sorry, moles and mass. Moles and mass. Now, in this case, now I think we have something like that too. Calculate the number of moles of calcium chloride produced by reacting 25 gram of calcium triazocarbonate 4 with excess hydrochloric acid. Calcium is 40, carbon is 12, oxygen is 16, hydrogen is 1, chlorine is 35.5. This is the balanced equation of reaction. Calcium triazocarbonate 4 reacts with hydrochloric acid to produce liberate carbon dioxide gas, water, and also produce a salt. Balancing the equation, we have 1 mole of calcium triazocarbonate reacting with 2 moles of hydrochloric acid. In the question, number of moles of calcium chloride is what we are dealing with. The calcium chloride is one of the products. Now, in this equation of reaction, 1 mole of calcium chloride is produced by, they said, calculate the number of moles of calcium chloride produced by reacting 25 grams of calcium triazocarbonate with excess hydrochloric acid or hydrogen chloride gas. Calculate the number of moles of calcium chloride produced. So we are dealing with calcium chloride and this. You are asked to get your answer in number of moles for calcium chloride. And then your answers here, it means you will change this to this 25 grams. It means you will change this to gram. So from the equation, 1 mole of calcium triazocarbonate 4 yields 1 mole of calcium chloride. Since calcium chloride is in form of mole, you leave it in mole. So all you need to do is to convert calcium triazocarbonate 4, because it's in gram, convert it to gram. Like 1 mole of any substance is a smaller mass, and when we have 1 mole, assuming you have 2 mole, you multiply by the total mass by 2. So calcium is 40 plus 12 plus 16 times 3. It gives us 100. 100 times 1, because it's 1 mole, yields 1 mole of calcium chloride, because the answer should be in mole. So 25 grams from the question will yield X. Cross multiply, you get 0.25 mole of calcium chloride. And the last question under here, the second question is, the relationship is just related to, is relating number of moles, that's moles and mass again. Now this one is on volume and volumes and moles, moles and mass rather. What volume of steam is produced when 10 grams of propane is burnt in excess oxygen at STP? What volume of steam, that's water, is produced when 10 grams of propane is burnt in excess oxygen at STP? This is still a combustion reaction, oxygen and propane reacting together to form carbon dioxide and water. The equation of reaction has been given, and the equation of reaction is balanced. Now, from this equation of reaction, we will observe that 1 mole of propane, we are dealing with steam and propane. 1 mole of propane produces 2 moles of steam. And they said what volume of steam? So we are dealing with volume. And for propane, we are dealing with mass. So 1 mole of propane should be converted to mass. That's 1 mole of any compound is its atomic mass. Assuming it's 2 moles, it will be atomic mass multiplied by 2. So carbon times 3, 12 times 3 plus 1 times 4 is 40. And we have 1 mole times 1. So 1 mole of propane is 40 grams. Produces 2 moles of steam. Now, 2 moles of steam, we have to calculate volume of steam. Now, 2 moles of steam in this case now is a gas. Excuse me, steam is a gas. It's a gas in this case. And 1 mole of any gas occupy a volume of 22.4 dm cube, or 22,400 is a standard. So, since we have 2 moles in the equation, 1 mole of propane, which is 40 grams, produces 2 moles of steam, which is 22.4 times 2. 10 grams of propane will produce what? That is the question. What volume of steam is produced when 10 grams? So 10 grams will produce what? Cross multiply. You get 11.2 dm cube. Now just try to lay your hands on as many questions as possible on mass and volume relationship. God bless you.